Hello everyone, this is my presentation on my oral exam. In the first part, we are presenting with the following question. What are the most important population trends in your country? Is the population growing quickly? And is the birth rate rising or falling? And how large is the elderly population? And what do you think will happen as a result of the population trend? Okay, in El Salvador, the estimated population is 6,325,827 inhabitants, due to its approximated demographic density of 321.55 inhabitants per square kilometer. It is the most densely populated sovereign country in America. But El Salvador has the lowest population growth in Central America, and it is expected that its population will begin to fall due to a reduction in the level of fertility and an again process. The population decrease of El Salvador will be the highest in Latin America in the world, similar to countries such as Japan or Spain, and it will become the less populated country in Central America. But that is an assumption, although the reality is that there are many pregnancies, but with the COVID, the population has been decreasing, and the Salvadorian population has been growing in recent years, and this data is obtained thanks to the censuses that have been carried out in recent years. For example, the first census that was carried out was in the year 1930, and the sample was obtained of 1,434,361 inhabitants. And the last census was in 207 and was of 5,744,113 inhabitants. But we know that over time the population has already increased, although there has been no other census. The data are estimated, I think, according to the births in the hospitals and the birth certificates that are made, I think. Um, from my point of view, and I think that the birth rate has been rising as since many pregnancies have been seen, and they are mostly in adolescents, and also a growth in the birth rate is due to the people's and religious beliefs, signs in certain regions, contraceptives are prohibited. Then they think that God will give them the children that He wants to give them, and they do not care about the conditions in which they live or if they have economic stability to um, support their family. Currently, El Salvador is the oldest nation in Latin America and one of the longest in Latin America. The game process is mainly due to the fall in the fertility rate, although estimated data are collected. By 2021, and the average age of El Salvador is 31.8 years old. According to experts, the fertility rate for each woman has been stagnant at 1.7 children. And this means that the population over 61 5 years has a superior and accelerated growth, and it is expected that by the year 2100 the middle age will be 50.55 years of age. um I think that what will happen is that with population will always continue to grow, but I think that over time more elderly people um, will be observed than young people, and this is due to the current situation that El Salvador is experiencing with the issue of crime. So yes, it's for crime. Since they are dying many young people, since it is the most vulnerable in most vulnerable population, right? And what is the what is there, and it is because and there is a lot of rivalry between them, and the criminals lock down on young people and cause their death, cause their and among groups, these group young people enter the gangs, and that is also where they then, if this continues, the young population will decrease. Okay, in the second part, we are asking the following question. The following question is, which of the following statements do you agree with? And I chose the following statement to analyze. The following statement is, advertisements persuade people to buy things they do not need. Okay, I agreed with this statement since advertising is so persuasive and misleading. and misleading, and that is why we are such a consumerist country. Science, science, we buy everything we see on television, um, because we think it is beautiful. Uh, we don't know how it, we want to have it, and in the end, we will not use it, and we will buy it only by impulse. For example, we have a phone, right? It is in good condition. For example, it is in good condition. It is very functional, yes. It has a lot of space. Um, but science, a new phone has just come out um, with the same characteristics. And because it is a new model, right? With one, just to be fashionable, and that's where the ads make us buy things we don't need, and they also cause our use to spend our money day by day on things we don't need, and not spend it on things we really need, like medicine, and for example food that we really need, study expenses, um, transportation, mobilization, right, expenses, and so on, right. Okay, and this has been my participation. Thank you very much. Bye bye.